Hey there, gang. If you know me, you know that I love Arena, and I also love the Commander format. So today we're going to try to merge those ideas and take our first look at Brawl. Let's play some head games. Welcome, friends and opponents, to Head Game Arena in our inaugural foray into the Brawl format. And by that, of course, I mean we are playing Brawl with a deck that I actually have built in paper. And this is how I'm going to play Brawl, at least for as we start to explore it over the next, next couple of weeks, next couple of months, is I'm going to build Brawl decks that are similar to the decks that I already have in paper and see if I can approximate them on Arena as closely to the original as I can. Now, Brawl is a 1v1 format, so it's like dual commander with lower life totals, and so this is a very different format, all things considered. But I want to play with some cards that I'm familiar with and just have some fun with them. I love the Gitrog Ravenous ride. This is a 5-mana 6/5 with trample and haste. You can saddle a creature, which means you can tap it at sorcery speed to kind of throw it on the back of the frog. If Gitrog does combat damage to a player, you can sacrifice the creature, draw X cards, and then put up to X lands on the battlefield, where X was the power of the sacrificed creature. So the game plan here: ramp early in the game like any good commander deck should, get to some big creatures early on, throw them on the back of the frog, hit your opponent. So we're going to have protection pieces, ramp pieces, big creatures to sacrifice, pay off for those big creatures. So down here in the ramp, we've got Birds of Paradise, Delighted Halfling, Elvish Mystic, Llanowar Elves, just the old staples there, even Utopia Sprawl down here in the 1-drop spot to get us to where we want to be as fast as possible. A couple more ramp pieces at 2, an Arcane Signet, Fuel Tank Feaster. Fanatic of Ronos is an absolute all-star in this deck. I'm really glad that it exists on Arena because I'm very high on this card in the paper version of this deck. As soon as we get to 3 mana, we start talking about big creatures. So we've got Shakedown Heavy as a 6/4 for 3. We've got Pugnacious Hammerskull as a 6/6 for 3. Wayward Swordtooth is only a 5/5, but it allows you to play an additional land each turn. We've also got the Scouring Stormsoul, which is the Arena version of the Sandman from Spider-Man, as the cheapest creature that has star with power and toughness equal to the number of lands you control, which I think is a really good way to build this deck because it kind of scales. The Gitrog gets you more lands. The creatures that have power and toughness equal to lands get bigger and scarier as the deck goes along. Bebop and Rocksteady as a 7/5 for 3, also very good in this spot. As we get up into the top, we've got Goreclaw to make our creatures cheaper, Sheoldred to give us payoff for all those good cards that we're drawing, Mythweaver Pock, I'm gonna say, star equal to the number of lands, but it also kind of duplicates your lands as they come into play, so this is really busted with this. It's one of the only mythics that I burned to build this deck because it's just so very good. If anything like this existed in paper, trust and believe it would be in the deck. As we get to the very top end, we're playing with absolutely over-the-top stuff like Yargle and Multani as an 18/6. I also decided to put a copy of Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, which we will get to see today do its thing at least once. So that is the deck. It's fairly straightforward. Ramp, hit people with Gitrog, sacrifice big creatures for fun and profit. So before we head over into the gameplay, as always, I'd like to invite everybody to please like, subscribe, leave some comments down below. Very interested to hear if Brawl is something that y'all are interested in watching. It's certainly something I'm interested in making. So thank you as always for tuning in. Let's play some head games. All right, friends and opponents, we're playing some Brawl today with one of my favorite commanders, the Gitrog Ravenous ride. Figured I'd start out my Brawl career by rebuilding some commanders that I have in real life, in actual 4-player commanders, see if I can make them work on Brawl. This seems good enough to me. I'm on the draw. Chatterfang's a very combo-rific commander, so I'm probably in a bad position there. Okay, Forsaken Crossroads enters tapped. If you weren't the starting player, untap this land. So I can go 1 halfling. Probably gets a removal spell if I had to guess. It's okay if it does. Okay, Underground Mortuary surveils for our opponents. We've got a really strong turn 2 if they don't remove the halfling, because we get to play Wayward Swordtooth. Okay, Cold Steel Heart is ramp for our opponent. Okay, so let's make sure that I'm doing this correctly. Forsaken Crossroads will put on black. And we will untap it. That is strong. Okay, Wayward Swordtooth. We'll play a second land and we'll fetch. And we're going to get the Surveil land. Alright, so this surveils. We will leave a land on top. So we have... So they have removal at the ready. The question is, do they use it? Okay, they do not. So I think in this case, we're actually going to hold off on Gitrog because I don't have a protection piece and I don't want it to die. So we're going to put the Cavern of Souls on Dinosaur because it's kind of the most prevalent. This is when you have the City's Blessing. Okay, so let's get Skullspore Nexus down. And then we will pass. Excuse me. Yeah, no attacks for us. We'll just pass. Part of the challenge is this. This is like a wide open format for me. I just don't actually know. Okay. Yeah, so we will bitter triumph in response. They get to crack the passage and still get one trigger. But they're not going to get two. Unless they have a protection spell, in which case they will. Food makes squirrel. Triumph resolves. Looks that way. They do not have enough to recast it, although they did put it in... Oh, okay. Oh, they got another one. They do have enough. Assemble the team. Top third, grab a card. Card out of the top 33. I may have made a mistake here in not casting Gitrog. They have a removal spell, so we're going to play Pugnacious Hammerskull and Shakedown Heavy, and that's going to activate the Dino, and we can start putting pressure on. They're a combo deck, I'm going to guess. So, okay, squirrels. Lots of mana. Warren Soul Trader. Do we just lose here? Okay. So they've got infinite squirrels. They can make infinite mana here. Beseech the Mirror. Gets them the last piece, I'm guessing. There it is. That's it, folks. Bastion of Remembrance means we lose. We're gonna go ahead and politely say good game. That'll do. Easy as that. Alright, on to game 2. Look, Terra Herald of Hope is in the format. That's interesting. I'm very... I guess what I'm really just now discovering is that there are probably a lot more options for commanders in this format. I'm going to keep this. There really are probably a lot more options than I realize. Okay, so we can start on Boseiju, which is not a forest, so it doesn't work with Utopia Sprawl. We just learned something new today. Really loving that. Swamp for us, pass the turn. Arcane Signet for our opponent. They're getting their ramp on. Authority of the Consuls. Very sad face for us. We will now play an Overgrown Tomb. We'll tap a green to put Utopia Sprawl on Overgrown Tomb. We'll make an additional black. And we will play Fight Rigging. All these cards are kind of bad. I'm going to get Skullspore Nexus. We're actually okay. I don't totally dislike where we're at. We do get a Ganosaur next turn, and if they don't destroy fight rigging, it's also going to trigger, I'm fairly certain. Okay, Lauren destroys fight rigging. That's true. Pretty good for our opponent. We will Tireless Provisioner. Takanuma gets us a treasure, and we'll pass from there. So we've got a Ganosaur up at this point. Yep. So I played against Terra in real life. At the beginning of combat, Mill 2, when this deals combat damage. Okay. And that is exile target creature. You got it. That'll do. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do have enough for casualty? Okay. Terra mills 2. Gains flying. I have 6 mana, right? I do. I have enough for casualty. Artifact, creature, enchantment, and land. So artifact, creature, enchantment, land. Casualty of War is pretty brutal. Wow. It's pretty remarkable that they have another play. And that they get a land. Certainly didn't set the mech as much as I would have liked. Okay. So it's probably... So I have 6 mana. It's this. It's a Ganosaur, and if they have removal, they have removal. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna keep dropping a very, very terrifying threat each turn. Replay Terra. Remove my dinosaur. How do you activate this? Exile it. Yep. There's Terra. Chupacabra's very good here. We'll take out Terra again. Could I have tapped that correctly? Oh, that makes me mad. Why did it do that to me? It could very easily have left 2 green up for me to cast Ghalta. That's a little annoying. Okay. Secretly choose a creature that player controls, that player sacrifices, and then... Yeah. So this is Negan. That's very good. I'm gonna do the Chupacabra. Yep. Okay, green for Forsaken Crossroads. I cannot believe that they are back in this game. We'll play our commander. $12. We don't have anything to sacrifice. Woo! I cannot believe that they came back after Casualties of War and that we are sitting here feeling very much like we're not capable of coming back. White Auracite. That is very frustrating. You got it. Okay, Bebop and Rocksteady. Pugnacious Hammerskull. I do have enough to cast Get Rug again. It might not be the correct play. But I would really love to refill my hands, but if they don't attack, which they probably won't right now, I mean, they could get in with the flyer. This format is very different than 4-player Commander because you have to contend with you're really playing kind of a battle of attrition where they are removing things individually from your board much more consistently. Okay, so here's Terra. She mills a few cards. They get in for 3. Bird of Paradise really does not do it. And Terra, what does Terra reanimate? Skyclave Apparition. I don't think that I can get through this right now. We're gonna play Ghalta and this Bird of Paradise, and I'm gonna attack with these 2 creatures. I just made a huge mistake. I mean, it wasn't huge. I mean, I forgot the Bebop and Rocksteady. I forgot the Bebop and Rocksteady sacrifice when they attack. Are they ready to go to 5? They probably are. What does this do? 2 damage to each opponent. Yeah, Josh was very cool in that deck. Okay. So if they can remove the bird, we're probably toast. Like, what really boned us in this game? I mean, I got a 4 for 1 at some point and still ended up... I mean, they removed my commander at that one exactly correct moment. Yeah. They used their 1v1 removal very effectively. I'm very interested to see if I can kind of figure out how this format actually works. Yeah. I don't want to just good game, but it is a good game at this point. Power 3 or less. What do they get back? Yep. Did they just over-prioritize that? What are they getting? Oh, it's that thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good game. Okay, we're done. I don't like playing this game. Very good. That thing has a 3 power. All right, game 3. We are out here getting our butts kicked on the ladder. Our opponent is playing first with a shrine deck. Can I be fast enough to keep up with the shrine deck? So this is a keepable hand for sure. I can Elvish Mystic on 1. So I don't have a 3-cost creature. So we will Windswept Heath and we will get our Overgrown Tomb. I'm actually tempted to just get a forest here. Yeah, I don't really feel like hurting myself. I'll play Elvish Mystic. We will play a swamp and play Fanatic of Ronas, drawing out a counterspell. No? Okay. 1 point? Does it matter? Okay. It's hard to say whether that 1 point is valuable. Alright, our opponent now has 3. So... what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do not have enough to do both. So we play Pelucranos. Are we really playing counterspells in the Shrine deck? Okay, we'll pay 1. I'm not sure if they were just trying to stop me from also playing Gitrog. I mean, were they really just holding up Jawari Disruption this whole time? Our opponent may or may not be choked on lands here. What does Heibai do? I forget. Reveal cards, put a shrine into play. Cool. Tap land for our opponent. Okay, so we are going to Great Henge first. Oh, they're done. They're done. They are so done here. Alright, we're going to get our land out of the way and nuke their graveyard. We will play Gitrog. Draw a card with Great Henge. Saddle up Pelucranos. Get in for 7. We played a land for turn, which I should not have done. Because I could have put an untapped land in. Alright, land, land, land. Put these 3 lands in. I do not have anything to do. We will pass. We are exactly 7 cards in our hand. Pelucranos in the bin. We're very far ahead right now. They could wipe the board. But I might actually have enough mana, even without my mana dorks, to replay Gitrog and a Wayward Swordtooth. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we will put Gitrog back in the... We're just going to gain 2 life? Okay. Alright, turn Timber Symbiosis. We're going to play it on the land side, and we're going to pay 3 life. We're going to play Gitrog. We're going to play Bebop and Rocksteady. Get in with Gitrog. Sacrifice Bebop. This is what the deck is meant to do. I'm gonna have way too many cards. Okay. 1, 2, 3 lands. Discard 6 cards. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, I want them all. 4, 5. 6. Tough. Okay. Do I have enough land to just win with Goldvein Hydra if our opponent wipes the board again? I mean, all we've seen so far is a single counterspell and a board wipe. You got it. So Goldvein Hydra has trample, right? Okay. Okay, so what do I have? That's... X is 12. It's not exactly lethal. I think it's probably still right. Goldvein Hydra, get a counter, draw a card. Play a Cavern of Souls. On Dinosaur. Oh, I should have played it on whatever the Kami of Bamboo is. Yep. Our opponent is at 1. That's enough. What a good sport. Okay. Against Yuffie. I don't even know what Yuffie does. This is game 4. Oh, it's Yuriko. Ew. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I don't want to play against Yuriko. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, we're probably in trouble. Alright, Bloodstained Mire. We'll get the Surveil land. Looking for a land. No, we gotta bin that. Sorry, it's not a land. We like it, but it is just not what we need. Power 5 or greater. Okay. Polluted Delta for our opponent. Island gets an unblockable creature. Yep. Skulk sure is unblockable. So we are gonna play Takenuma, and we will pass. So Yuriko in 1v1. Here it comes. Ingenious Prodigy. This is a cool card. It really actually makes me want... Here comes Yuriko. You got it. Yuriko reveals 7 mana Commandeer. Remarkable. Okay, you pitched Flusterstorm. Counter target spell. Okay, so... No. We want to play this land as a land. We need to ramp. So I think we Topiary Stomper here. We're gonna get a forest. They're gonna get another hit in. It's remarkable that, I mean, I guess that's what the deck does. Like, it plays a whole bunch of really cheap creatures that are unblockable or pseudo unblockable, so it can get Yuriko in on 2 every time, and it plays with a bunch of incredibly expensive spells. So now they're holding up counter magic, and that's what they're just going to do for the rest of the game. It's going to be very hard for us to keep up. Ingenious Prodigy for 1. Yuriko gets in. Yuriko didn't attack. Why didn't Yuriko attack? That was very foolish. Yuriko should absolutely have attacked. I don't know that they realized that the Topiary Stomper couldn't block. Okay, so now what do I do? I mean, I could destroy Yuriko, but it doesn't actually do a whole heck of a lot. So I actually think that my move here is Delighted Halfling, Gwenna, Bajuka Bog. Doesn't actually matter. So I see now how good Ingenious Prodigy is. Like, and I have a Splinter deck in real life, and I'm looking at Ingenious Prodigy and going, I actually really like this as an unblockable creature option. There's your Changeling Outcast. You got it. Irma is very cool. Irma becomes a copy of Yuriko. Amazing. Okay. Okay. Gitrog. Untap Gwenna. This is the Sandman. Untap Gwenna. Bebop and Rocksteady. Untap Gwenna. This is okay. We'll put Bebop and Rocksteady on the back of the frog. Get in. So Changeling Outcast double triggers Yuriko next turn. I don't think I played a land yet. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think that I did. So we're going to be very conscious and hold up a land here. We would love to draw like Chupacabra or something. Yep. Gitrog, sacrifices Bebop. Draw 7. Alright, let's put 3 lands into play. Okay, I do have a land drop for turn. Unfortunately, this does not allow me to cast Fell the Profane. Fell the Profane. That's the name of the card. I cannot cast that. So I think I just pass here. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Becomes a copy, puts a counter on it. Yep. Changeling Outcast. I can't block it. Double trigger, is it enough to kill me? 0. 3. Okay, Automaton. 4 mana left for our opponent. Surveil. Creature cards in graveyards can't enter. Player. Okay, Grafdigger's Cage. This is a very meta deck I'm playing against here. Okay. Do we start here? Hold on. We need to figure out what we're doing first. Because I have to try to close out this game here, which means I need to... They're holding up something. They probably have Opposition Agent, because this is a flash card, right? Okay, so I can't play Primeval Titan because Opposition Agent ruins it. So, we're not doing that. We are, I think, playing Goreclaw. We're gonna saddle the Topiary Stomper on the Frog. And we will attack for lethal. Yep, here comes Opposition Agent. Let's see some blocks. Opposition Agent blocks that. You got it. We will sacrifice the Topiary Stomper, draw 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. We will put these 2 lands into play. Naming Dinosaur with Caverns for no really apparent reason. So... take out Irma. What are you holding that is allowing you to hold priority? Are you serious? Do you have a free counterspell? Oh, I see. I see. I see. I didn't realize what Commandeer did. That was pretty terrible for us. Wow. I think we just lost. I think we just lost. That was amazing. Well, they just get 2 triggers. Oh, yeah, they just get 2 triggers. Are they gonna... Did they draw a ninja? That is embarrassing for us. Wow. Wow. That is so brutal. Yep. Good for them. Okay, friends. Game, I don't remember how many. 35 minutes into recording. Having a really great time getting our butt kicked on the Brawl ladder. It's not a ladder. This is fine. I mean, I do get to Thoughtseize on one, which really makes this... it really does make this, make this hand feel pretty good, because they don't get to, like... They don't get to be sneaky with us. We don't have any removal, though. I'm kind of wondering if this list isn't perhaps a little light on removal. Again, I don't know the meta, so it's very hard for me to make really good choices about what's going to be good here. I just, found a list, threw some of my own cards in, took out the things that are objectively really good, but I don't have copies of because they're alchemy cards, and took it out for a spin this afternoon. I do love waiting for my opponent to figure out what they're doing. Maybe this is what Brawl is like. Maybe we get to sit here and watch our opponents think about whether or not to take their first hand. Oh, we got there. Let's go, friend. Llanowar Elf on 1. Delighted Halfling's even better. Let's get in that hand. Okay. Scale Up has an overload. Snakeskin Veil stops me from killing your thing. All of these are good. I think it's probably Scale Up because that gets them the win lightning fast. Three damage, and we'll play Utopia Sprawl on the forest, and then play our commander. You don't want to play your commander without leaving up the Snakeskin Veil, though. So you probably play your commander and then hold up Snakeskin Veil. Okay. Oh, I guess you can do both. Yep, you can Utopia Sprawl. Oh boy, that's awkward. Now you cast the Spring Bloom. So Spring Bloom gets 2 basics out of the deck. I'm surprised by that. I mean, they're playing cautiously. There is some sense to what they just did. I understand it. Okay, so Woodland Cemetery for us. It's got to be Ronas, right? Unfortunately, we are also still kind of in a bad position here. They're very quickly running out of steam. Okay, here's Tifa. Double power. You don't have haste. What could you possibly be doing? Okay. Yeah, this looks bad for us. I play Arcane Signet and hold up my Fanatic. Well, I think I am, at least for now, off of... Yep. They're not going to one-shot me. At least I don't think so. And they're very low on cards now, so I mean, I need to get somewhere with what I'm doing. Again... Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal them. Put one onto the battlefield tapped. Okay. Yep. Okay. Tifa gets to 4. They've got 1 more landfall. Tifa can get to 8. We will take 4. Okay. They're honestly, like, it's not good for them to just shoot their whole wad. That sounds gross out loud, I'm sorry, but it's true. Like, it's only 10 damage. Doesn't even come close to killing you. Well, I can't actually play Reanimate at this point. Nor do we even have a target. Okay, so we need to be very cautious with our life total. So we're going to play Takenuma as a land. Then we're going to play Gitrog. And then I'm going to play Garrick's Uprising. I'm taking a big risk here, but I'm just really trying to play it safe. No attacks. Oh, they've got the thing in their graveyard. I don't want to highlight it, but I know what's about to happen. I just made a pretty big mistake here. They skip there. Oh, wow. Okay. A Great Henge is not a land, so it actually doesn't do what I need it to. Good grief. Alright, we'll play our land for turn, play Great Henge, and pass turn. I think we're boned. Well, the thing I had them discard, it's not showing up as a flashbackable card. Am I reading it wrong? It's an overload. It's not a flashback. Okay, Warden of the Grove is putting some counters on stuff. I see you. They're asking themselves, what can they do here? Alright, pass into your end step. Alright, I am gonna nuke their lair. This is a very, very ham-fisted attempt to thin out my deck a little. I really desperately need to draw a big creature here. Honestly, any creature would do. Any creature at all would do. I don't understand why you're doing this, but okay. I'm really uncertain why they did that. Yep. Oh, come on. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I'm really dying out here. Now it feels like Commander. Sure. Yep. We're enduring. Uh-huh. What? If a land or bird entering. Yep. Traveling chocobo goes off twice. Fascinating. Oh, and now you can play lands off the top. Very cool. Okay, let's see it. We block. We 100% block if they attack. Yep. Yeah. We block. Recast. Excellent. Okay, so Sandman. I don't love that. Gitrog. Why did you endure and make a... Why did you make a spirit? And why is it only a 1/1? I feel strongly that I am missing something. Okay, we're just going to have this enter tapped. And we are going to say go. Okay. Counters on it, I'm guessing? Okay, now we're getting into an interesting game now. I guess it only had one counter when they cast it. I'm actually pretty confused at what they did there. So they've got one more trigger here. Yep. We'll block with the Scouring Storm Soul. They get to trigger and get it up to 16. Yep. I'll go to 6. Wish I had enough to do it now. It's like we really need to draw some honest-to-goodness removal. It's very, very vexing to me that I am not drawing nearly... I mean, there's removal. And a land. Okay. Let's see if there's something else to do there. Alright. Is that our first move, or do we just play Yargle? Because I can't really get in with Gitrog. Their creatures are too big, right? So... yeah, let's play Yargle. That's good. Let's... play Sheoldred. So, reanimate only costs me 3, but I gain it right back. Yeah, let's reanimate this. I lose 3, but I gain 4. We're just going for the moon. No attacks. Discarded. Honestly, we should discard a fetch, I think, because they're not doing me any good. Mossborn Hydra. Gets 3 tokens on it. So what does Sarinth do when they're attacking? It gives them Death Touch? Wow, Sarinth is actually very good here. Because... away we go. Did you play a land for turn? You did. That's what you just did? What do? You add a mana of any color. Okay. So... I just block it, right? Yeah. I just block here. I'll go to 12. You cast it again. Yep. Okay, so... that's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, let's get a land down. I think this is a 12-12, so it's actually a bit better. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for it. All right, let's put Yargle on the back of the frog. This is exactly what we built the deck to do. And we'll attack with Gitrog. What's amazing about it is that it gets Death Touch. They have to block with 7 creatures, and it will trade with every single one of them. It has the Death Touch Trample combo. Yep. You got it. Do we put it back in the command zone or leave it in the bin? I think we put it back in the command zone. We sacrifice Yargle. We draw 10. We put all the lands. This is going to get really, really messy here. Land, 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 and land onto the battlefield. We have a bunch of cards left in our deck, right? Okay. I will gain 20 life. Let's untap it. And then we're going to play Ghalta. We're gonna put absolutely everything onto the field. Oh my gosh, lands. So many cards. So many cards. I could just take my hands off. This is what Gitrog does. Yeah, we are definitely sacrificing stuff. Okay, so I can also play a land for turn. We can Bitter Triumph, the Traveling Chocobo, discarding Pugnacious Hammer Skull. We can Infernal Grasp, the Mossborn Hydra. That's enough. We finally got there. All right, friends, opponents, how did we do today in our first inaugural journey into Brawl? I actually wasn't keeping too much track of the number of games or the record. I'm pretty sure we are on the losing side. I think it was 5 games and I won 2, or 6 games and I won 2. A lot of losses. And really what I want to say about this is that I didn't really feel like I got dunked on. The Yuriko deck definitely took us to school to some extent. I never really felt like I was I never really felt like I was making progress in that game. I guess the deck, that was the deck that I felt really showed us what the format is capable of and just how different this format is than traditional Commander. So I'm very curious to see if my own skill set starts to allow me to build decks that are more suited for this format. But to start it out, this was a lot of fun. Again, regardless of how many games I won, I had at least one truly explosive game there at the very end where we got to cast Ghalta the Stampede Tyrant and dump half of our deck onto the battlefield, which for me, that's what the Commander experience looks like. And I was very happy to have done that, to go from having 10 life to having 80 life and a board full of gigantic creatures and the removal spells to deal with what my opponent was doing. Took us a while to get there, but it was a lot of fun. The journey was fun along the way. So if you stayed all the way here until the end with this brand new format that we're exploring, I mean, just, you're the best. Like, thank you so much for being willing to stick it out and truck along with us here on Head Games Arena as we explore new formats and try new things. So before we wrap up for the day, one last reminder, please like, subscribe, leave some comments down below. Let me know what you're interested in seeing. If Brawl is your thing, what's a commander you'd like to see us build? Are you into the idea of me trying to build my paper commander decks on Brawl to the best of my ability? I hope so, because that's what's coming up soon. So thank you again for tuning in, and remember, take care of your head.